Ben, look at this. Look at the front page of today's paper. This is what I'm telling you about. This kid.
Dad, that's page 23. You folded it over.
Well, when you fold it over, he's on the front page. This is the kid I was talking to you about last night, Ben. He broke and entered the home of this elderly couple.
Yeah.
He tied them up and wrote all over the walls using a permanent marker.
It sounds so clear-cut, but that's suspicious to me. I got a strong feeling that the elderly couple had something to do with it.
Well, they were home.
Yeah.
And that's asking for it.
And I mean, how do you know that couple didn't provoke him?
Precisely.
I mean, that old guy could have said, tie me up. I dare you.
Yeah.
And then the woman was like, yeah, tie me up.
And would that have been the act of an insane man if he complied? Or is he just cooperative to a fault?
These are the things you have to uncover.
Well, Ben, actually, as an expert witness, all I have to do is establish the fact that Roger is either competent or incompetent to stand trial.
Yeah.
And if I can establish that he's incompetent, it's extra.
How did they get you? I mean, you've never done this before.
I've never...
Don't they have those people, those charlatans who get paid to do that?
Well, I guess this lawyer felt he wanted to go a different route, and probably the charlatans were not available. What I need to do is I need to put him through a series of psychological tests and see how he holds up.
Seems such a cold process. I mean...
It's a business, Ben. The legal system is big business.
Is there money exchange?
Well, there's money exchange between the law firm and me. They're paying me to lend my time to this case, to interview Roger and to take the stand in his defense.
That seems unfair. It's inadmissible. Who cares what you say? You're getting paid.
Well...
It's like, why don't they hire an actor?
No, Ben, you don't understand. It has nothing to do with... I'm not offering a bias.
Oh, Dad, it's a sham. And
That's
you
a
know
crying
it.
sham, yeah.
How much are you getting paid?
I'm getting paid over $400 an hour.
Well, you do it.
Yeah. You know, the defense in this case is maintaining that this kid, Rogers, his name, was criminally insane.
Yeah.
You know, that's something that I've yet to establish for myself, because I'm going to be interviewing him later on.
Here?
No, I'm going to go to the law firm.
Oh.
He's out on bail, and I'm going to go interview him at the law firm.
Don't make him angry.
What, he's going to write on me?
Well,
No.
what did he write on the walls?
Actually, it was an apology for breaking and entering.
Well, that sounds pretty sane to me.
See, this is the issue that most, even psychiatrists and attorneys can't quite get this right, is that somebody is competent to stand trial means that in the courtroom that they are able to understand it's very confusing.
Whatever,
Yeah.
Dr. Katz, take the money.
But I'm not a lawyer, and they know I'm not a lawyer. They just want me to determine whether or not this kid knew what he was doing was right or wrong.
But who decides whether or not you're competent to testify?
You know, the fact that I'm a board-certified psychiatrist is all I need to be.
Really?
Yep.
Do you have any idea what you're doing?
Well, you know, the first time you do anything, you're bluffing.
Does Roger and the old people know about this bluffing thing?
No, but they'll figure it out. I mean, I think it's going to become immediately apparent as soon as I take the stand. Well, I'm sorry to hear, Jake, that it's not going well.
It's been I've been having a rough time. I fell in love with this woman. Damn it. That's how it starts. You know, I'm picking the wrong women. I think what I really need is like a third base coach.
Yeah.
You know, someone to give me the, whoa, no, triple. Because you know that feeling when you're chugging around third and the catcher has the ball. All my married friends, they find out I broke up and they're all like, hey, now you can have sex with whoever you want. Because they forget.
Right.
Once you're married, you think being single is just you, me, the closet, go. And I have to straighten them out. I say, yeah, I can have sex with whoever I want except for people I don't know and people who are in relationships and people who give me the creeps and people who I give the creeps to and men. So pretty quick, we're down to my ex-girlfriends. And then the only thing worse than them are my single guy friends who always want to cheer me up by take me out for a night with the guys.
Yeah, you don't want that.
We all get each other all excited. Oh, we're going out with the guys. Yeah, it's a great club. It's crawling with women. We're all going to meet a dream girl. We're getting laid. Wear your good sweater. And so we get out there and we're this pack of guys and we have no idea what. We're just in this clump. We're scaring the hell out of every woman in the place. I don't know where we got this plan from Wild Kingdom.
Right.
We would be dangerous probably if we had a plan, but we don't even have a plan. We're just out in this clump like, oh, I wonder what it'd be like if we were talking to them. That's the one I would talk to if I was going to talk to one of them. What do you think we should do? Drink more beer. all my friends are trying to cheer me up. I had this one friend says to me, hey, you know what? Dogs are never depressed. Mm-hmm. I have no idea what he meant by that. But it kind of got me thinking, like, what kind of advice would a dog even give you if he could, have you tried lying in the sun until you're really hot and then go lie in the shade?
You guys are familiar with the case. It's sort of this kid Roger, who is the defendant,
Right.
is accused of tying up an elderly couple
Oh, yeah.
and writing on their walls with a permanent marker. First of all, I'm not allowed to discuss the details of this case.
You just did. What do you mean?
But his phone number, if you want to ask him directly.
555.
But he claims that his writing on the walls was an effort really to interpret what they were trying to say to him, the elderly couple that he had tied up.
What did he write?
The first thing he wrote was,
Oh, you are really sick.
yeah.
So why wouldn't you rather be on the other side of this? On the side of good?
I'm not on one side or the other. I'm on the side of the truth, Judy. Who's Judy?
Thank you, Doctor. I'm very, very happy that you could see me this morning.
Well, I'm glad you made the call, and I'm glad you
Thank you.
didn't call
Thank
me
you.
at home. I appreciate that.
I'm just having a little trouble breathing right now, but
Mhm.
I'm just so unhappy. I'm really, really I couldn't sleep this morning, and I got up at about 4 o'clock in the morning, and I tried to have breakfast because you said that I should really try to have breakfast, but I couldn't really do that because I was going to throw up.
Oh. So what do you think is going on, Bob?
I can't remember what it is.
Well, let me see if I can help.
I'm sure it's just on the tip of my tongue. It's
Yeah.
like so stupid because it's like,
Well,
I'm really,
just
really, really
looking through
upset.
my notes here, Bob. Does it have to do with your wife?
I have no idea. Can I cry? Would that be all right if I cried?
Well, according to my notes, crying is okay.
Because maybe it'll...
Here, let me get some... No, I don't think I have any tissues. You can use some of this thermal fax paper.
I think it's coming because I think if I concentrate on the pain... No, it's not coming, though.
So you have no idea what's going on?
I have one thought.
Okay.
My wife said something about wanting to get a divorce before I went to bed last night. I think that's probably it.
I'm sure that's what prompted the call, and I'm sure that's the source of this pain that you're in right now.
But she wasn't like saying she was like depressed or upset or anything. She was saying, like she'd really, really been thinking about it, and she gave me kind of a letter that she'd been working on.
So she had formalized her thoughts on the subject.
Well, yeah, and she had a lawyer's kind of had some thoughts on the letter
Right.
about it, because she wanted to talk about like the separation.
Yeah.
Dr. Katz's office.
Laura,
Hi, Ben.
how are you?
Fine.
Good. So?
What's up?
You must have heard my dad's famous.
He is?
Yeah.
For what?
He's doing he just got hired to do a trial.
Well, I know about that.
Yeah, he's being asked to do trials. That's huge.
I'm very excited here.
What are you, his agent?
Well,
I'm thinking about it. He could do, this is just the start. He gets called for one trial and then, could be a whole new business for him.
these guys make a lot of money, the people who do trials.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, my dad's making a lot of money on this one.
I know.
This one leads to the next one and then the next one, and then he does them all the time and he makes a lot of money. I mean, this is my dad's turn to shine.
Mm.
I'm pretty proud of the old guy, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy, over the course of his whole career, has pretty much been ignored. Nobody's even noticed he's a psychiatrist, or he's never really been in the paper.
He's never done anything important.
I mean, he's just like this guy who just waddles off to work every day, then waddles home, cooks me a frozen dinner. I mean, it's a sad life.
What I find really troubling is it's taken you almost 40 minutes to get to the point where you realize that this is what's propelled you into my office.
But I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
I think there may be something else.
Do you have any idea what it might be?
I don't really remember. I think I had a phone call in the afternoon, like one of those things where you're talking really quickly. And do you ever do that where you put somebody on hold and somebody says something, but then you have somebody else on hold and you say, I'll call you right back, but then you completely forget to call them back?
Right.
And I have a feeling it may be that thing.
Mm-hmm. So you think that something significant happened and you just...
Oh, I remembered what it was.
Yeah.
My cousin committed suicide yesterday.
Oh, that's terrible.
Ben, do you know how many psychiatrists do courtroom trials? There's like 1 million.
Well, Laura, do you know how many people live in this country?
Ben, psychiatrists who testify in court are not respected. I mean, the more that they do it, the less respect they get.
Really?
Well, yeah, because they get paid a lot of money.
The more money you have, the more respect you get, right?
No.
Famous people are respected, Laura. And I'll tell you something else.
And he's not famous.
He will be after the trial. He's going to be on the local news, I guarantee that.
I doubt it.
I called in an anonymous tip.
Often, Bob, when you lose someone who's close to you, you go through a period of shock, and then of remorse, then shock again.
Mm-hmm.
It's an important process to go through, the grieving process. And I'd be glad to help you through it in any way I can.
Yeah, but that wasn't it, though.
Okay.
That was not the thing. Because that did happen, and that was a thing.
Did somebody else call?
I don't know if it was a phone call. Maybe I read it in the paper.
Mm-hmm.
It's something to do, I think it has something to do with my business. I think it's a business thing. I don't know. Could you ask me questions? Could you pretend that you're my wife? But could you not call me sweetie?
Okay. How was your day?
It was okay.
Did you really have a good day?
I don't think so. I think something happened.
What happened, honey?
I got a call from the bank. That's what it was. I got a call from the bank.
Oh.
My broker called me, and the bank had to call too, and they both had to be on the phone with me because I lost about oh my God.
You lost some money?
Yeah, I lost a lot of money.
Well, that's terrible.
Yeah.
Well, thank God we don't have kids. Oh, wait, we have kids.
Hey, Todd.
Hey, what's up, man? What's up?
What's up?
What's going on, man?
Did you read that thing about the big case in the paper?
Oh, yeah, the thing with the mailbox?
No.
Oh, the one with the grapes?
No. I saw that one, not the grapes one.
Oh.
That was awful.
Which case are you talking about?
The magic markers and the old people.
Oh, yeah, I read about that.
Oh, you did read that?
Yeah.
That's weird, huh?
Yeah.
But you know what? My dad
Mm-hmm.
was called to give testimony.
Oh, like an expert witness?
Like an expert witness, yeah. Because he's a psychiatrist, and they think the guy who did it is crazy.
Uh-huh.
So they want to get him off on an insanity plea,
Right.
is what they call it.
Oh, so your dad's like this hired gun now?
It's not the Old West.
Your dad's a professional gun.
No, he's not a gun. He's a doctor.
I mean, it's got to be a little bit lucrative, you know?
Yeah, just for like $400 an hour.
Really?
How much do you make an hour?
Substantially less than 400.
Give me a number.
My salary is private.
Oh, don't be like that.
Money issues are private.
All right, I just told you.
I guess unless you're making $400 an hour, then somehow that gets into the conversation.
You know, Ben, what I'm involved in is called forensic medicine, and it's where the medical world and the legal world intersect.
Whew, Dad,
Yeah.
you know how to bore. Did you read a book on the subject?
I read a book called
How to Bore a Jury?
No, it's called Psychiatrist as Expert Witness. I read that book and I wrote 2 books just like it. No, seriously, Ben, this is a high-profile case. And if it goes well, I stand to make, it could generate other work.
You know what? I first thought that was a good thing, Dad, but now I think that maybe you shouldn't do it.
No, why is that?
I just think that you're selling yourself out.
I'm not selling out. I mean, if they didn't hire me, they'd hire somebody else.
Well, but that doesn't make it right. You know, I mean, the fact is that you should make a point. On principle, you say no.
Well,
that your services are not for hire. They're to... Oh, wait a minute. What about your patients? They pay, right?
yeah, but this is somebody who's buying my point of view.
Well, I know. That's the point. I mean, I think that's what's wrong about it.
Well, that's why I have made it very clear to the law firm that my testimony is going to be based on my objective interview with Roger.
But let's say you don't believe he's criminally insane after you meet with him.
Right.
That's when you'll get fired.
I'll tell them what I'm going to say, but I'm going to tell them on the stand.
But if you tell them the honest truth, and the truth is that Roger's not insane, that he's perfectly capable of standing trial, they will say thank you for your time,
Those
sir.
are 2 different issues, Ben. I'm trying to explain this to you. There's competency to stand trial, which means that he can understand the proceedings.
Here we go with the bore again.
My neighbor just came home with her dog with that plastic cone on his head. Do you ever see the dog when he comes home with that plastic cone?
Yeah.
And they always look at you like, what happened? And you have to tell him, well, you were the one who wouldn't leave his ass alone. I tried to warn you. Tried putting that bad-tasting salve on there. I think that salve is really just a practical joke the vet is having with you. I don't even think it has anything to do with the dog. He's just here, rubbed us on his ass. All right. Twice a day. Aw. I mean, I feel like it's got to be a racket once you find out how it's supposed to work, right? You know that salve. You know what I'm talking about, right? That salve.
Right.
You put it on the dog's stitches or his butt, supposed to keep him from licking, right?
Mm-hmm.
The vet says he won't lick the salve because the salve tastes bad to the dog. Hello? He's already licking his ass. What could that salve possibly taste like? Worse than ass flavor? See, our brains are not big enough to imagine a flavor like that. No matter how it tastes, the dog's got to be thinking, well, you can still kind of taste the ass through it a little bit. It's not that bad.
Roger, hi.
Hi.
Smoke?
Sure.
I actually don't think we can smoke in here.
Well,
You know, you see so many movies about convicts and all they want is a cigarette.
that's all right. No, thanks.
So, just a few things that you should know before we get started is that although I'm a therapist, I'm not here today as your treater.
I did it.
Well, first of all, let's backtrack a little bit because there are things I need to tell you.
Okay.
I have been retained by the firm that's defending you. But you need to know that anything you say to me can be used in a court of law. It can be used in a deposition. It can become part of a folk tale.
Uh-huh.
Also, you need to know that if at any point you need to urinate.
During?
During what?
I don't know. During the trial.
No, I mean during this interview.
Oh.
Hey, let me ask you something, Roger. And this is, do you know, and this is really what is at the core of this trial, the difference between right and wrong. And do you have a favorite one? Hey, Ben, I'm sorry if I've been a little distracted,
The case is taking up a lot of your time, Dad.
Well, you know, this is my first time doing this, and I feel like I'm
But I wouldn't over-research it. I'm saying there's a point where you have to just stop and go do it.
I know, and that's that. We're getting to that point, but I'm being scrutinized by.
I'm saying you're going a little too far.
Why is that?
Well, I mean, how many times are you going to read the Constitution?
Ben, it's a kind
You've
of
made
book
your point.
You pick it up, you can't put it down.
It's going to be an exciting case, actually. You'll be sure to get me a ticket, right?
No, actually, this is not open to the public. This is a closed hearing, Ben.
Said all courts are open to the public.
Not this one.
You're lying, aren't you?
No, I'm serious. Look.
Because you don't want me to go.
I'd love for you to come. It says right here, no, Ben can't come in.
So are you nervous or?
I'm feeling a little nervous. I'd like to show you. Can I show you what I have in mind to wear? Because the jury, according to everything I've read, is really
Every little thing matters. You mean
Yeah.
when you're up there on the stand?
This is A. What do you think?
I don't love it.
Okay, let me get B. Hold on one second.
Yeah.
This is B.
I think you're going for it's too strong.
Well, a lot of therapists try to dress like lawyers.
You don't want to look slick.
That's right. You don't want to look too slick because that can translate smarmy.
Right.
But you also don't want to look too casual because that can read as disrespect for the court.
Don't wear a tux.
No.
And don't dress like a pimp. And definitely don't wear the I'm representing stupid t-shirt with an arrow.
Yeah.
Why don't you wear what you would normally wear every day? Don't make a big issue out of it.
Well, actually, what Ed said was that what I wear could have a real impact on the jury.
Well, don't listen to Ed. Who's Ed?
Ed is the guy who hired me. He's the head of the defense team.
But you should call Ed and make sure he's not wearing the same thing you're wearing.
That would be embarrassing.
What if the whole defense team was wearing the same outfit?
You know what's really important is what Roger's wearing because he's going to be wearing that for a long, long time.
Dad, how did it go?
I think it went well.
Well, what did you say?
Well, I was asked if Roger is competent to stand trial, and I said no.
Yeah, and then what?
And then they said case dismissed.
You said one word?
It wasn't just that I said one word, it was the word I said. And also the fact that I brought several years of training to that word.
Well, Dad, I mean, you've always been a master of brevity.
My feeling was the longer I stayed up there, well, yes, I'm getting paid by the hour.
Thanks a lot. You just lost us $400 with your one-word answer.
Yeah.
What happened to Roger?
He's coming over tonight, actually. We have a little post-trial
Little
celebration.
tie-up party?
No, Roger, he couldn't have been happier.
Yeah, well, I mean, what happened?
Well, he's going to spend some time in a maximum security mental facility.
They found him insane.
I presented a case that he, not only wasn't he competent to stand trial, he wasn't available that day.
Dad.
I'm sorry.
Was the elderly couple there?
The elderly couple was there,
No.
and they made a very emotional plea for his freedom.
Oh, really? They supported him?
They supported him. They said, if you're ever in the neighborhood, we'd love to have you over.
Dad, congratulations.
Well, thank you.
But I'd love to read your transcript when it says the Dr. Katz expert witness, in quotes, no.
I'm never going to figure out women, you know, and they're never going to figure us out. That's kind of an empty victory for us, I feel like. I mean, I feel like I will never understand women because they're kind of mysterious and magical, and they will never understand us because they can't handle the truth. My friend just came up to me the other day, and she was all freaked out. She's like, Jake, I don't understand. How could a man want to have sex with a plastic doll? And I said back to her, well, it's not plan A.
And, you know, those things, if you take the cumulative effect of those things, Bob, there's a divorce, there's the suicide.
But you want to know something?
Yeah.
I have a feeling it may be, I have another issue, I think. But I have to remember to send fruit. That's very important.
Well, is it about the money?
I think that's not the actual issue, although it probably is like an adjunct issue. But I'm not sure that that's the core thing. It's kind of coming back to me now. It was...
Well, you know what the music means, Bob. We're going to have to stop.
I just had one more thing I wanted to talk about. If I could just bring it up very, very quickly.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
We're going to have to stop now because of the music.
Would you do me a favor, though?
What's that?
If you would just jot down and very quickly bring it up next week, if you could mention brain tumor.
Okay, brain tumor.